Hi guys, it's Amy with Aim to Plan, and today we're going to be doing a flip through of my personal catch-all planner 2025. So I am going to be flipping through January through June of 2025. I am excited to record this video. I actually was planning to record this video in combination with my previous video, which was the flip through of July through December 2024. I wanted to do July through June, like a 12-month period, but that video ended up being very long, and I didn't want it to be a 40-minute video, so I just decided to separate them. So this is going to be just a continuation of that one. I am going to link in the description 2 videos, at least to get you started. It will be the flip through from yesterday, the July through December 2024. I will also link the mid-year 2024 flip through, where I go through January through June of 2024. So those 2 videos will cover all of 2024, and I'm just picking right back up with that in terms of flipping through 2025. So let's just get right into it. What I've got here is going to be a mix of 2 different planners. I have a monthly layout planner that I will show you, and of course daily pages, and so I'll kind of be going back and forth between those 2 things. I do have it set up right now on expander discs, and you can see it's very chunky. So I'm glad to be doing this flip through because I can start going through, cleaning this out, and getting set up for 2026. So I always around this time start cleaning out my planners, and so before I actually toss any pages, I want to do the flip through. So we're going to get right into it. I am starting from the very beginning of 2025 with January, and like I said, I do have 2 planners in here that I use in combination with each other. So the first part of the 2 is going to be this monthly layout planner from the Happy Planner. So in 2024, I purchased an 18-month planner that was July through December 2025, July 2024 to December 2025. And so I did start using it in 2024, and I'm just continuing to use it in January in 2025. So I'm actually going to flip it like this so it's a little bit straighter. So the very first thing that I did in my 2025 personal planner is this monthly spread. So you can kind of see here, I put in all of my events. I don't worry about making it neat. So like I will write events in and then cross them out if I need to move them. Like this one got moved to that day, and that's totally fine. I don't worry about making it picture perfect or anything like that. It is literally to keep my plans, and sometimes my plans change, and that's totally okay. So that is that. The monthly layout planner has this dashboard page, and for 2025 I just didn't use it, so you can see it's pretty much empty. The other part of the monthly layout planner page is going to be these task lists. Now I did use these, and so the way that I use them is just to track any tasks that come from my daily pages that I didn't complete that day. So for example, if I had several tasks on January 1st that I just wrote down on January 1st but didn't finish January 1st, I would move them here. And so these are all just the pending tasks. I do go through and mark them as done at some point, and so if it is on this list, that means they appear twice in my daily pages. It will be on like the first page where it was first thought of, and then it will appear again when I completed the task. So you'll kind of see that as we go through. If you're looking very closely, you might not really care at that level, but that's how I just kind of did it. So these are the first 2 of the pages. There is a second page. I put this because I was moving this around, but I don't really need to keep that there. But this is page 3 and page 4. For January, I was trying to kind of remove all of my tasks from Remember the Milk, and so I was copying things over as I needed to. So lots of notes this month. Right after the task list are these 2 notes pages, which I didn't use in the monthly planner. And then the very back page, again, I did not use, but I also taped it down here. But it's this page, let me do it this way, this currently page that I didn't use. And so here I just taped it down. All right, and so that way it's just kind of a continuous piece, and I move straight into the daily pages. Now for my daily pages, I use Tulle, T-U-L. It is a letter size page that is actually outdated. It's a daily on 2 pages. And so the top part of it was like basically the dates, and so these pages are from 2019, 2020, and I just cut off the top part that had all the dates, and it essentially turned it into an undated planner, and then I just use it. So I tend to, on this side, have like an events section and a task list section. or my tasks are in here, and then I just use the remaining space for stickers and journaling. So this is what that spread looks like. I am going to, because I'm flipping through daily pages, I'm going to try to move a little bit quickly through this part of it. But that's the flow of it. It's like the monthly layout going straight into the dailies. Right, so I had extra notes, so I stuck a little micro in there. Right, so let's flip. This is what the spread looks like, and then I added another sheet in here just for extra tasks. Like you can see, I had a lot of tasks, and all of these ended up on the beginning pages here. So just right here, flip through December. I don't think that that should be in, what is it, in my social media planner. So another one might be Creamer. Oh, actually it's right here, flip through December, Creamer, right? So it ends up again on that page somewhere. Right, that's page 2. December, sorry, not December, January 3rd. This is what that looks like. I got this packet from my dentist. So I just kept all that in there. All right, January 4th. All right, this is just like the beginning of the planner, and so I've got lots of notes and lots of extra notes, but it does tend to, I think, die over time because I start off really strong and then I end up just losing steam with it. So you can already kind of see it's much slower, right? And then I missed a page by accident, so this is the 8th. So cute, these stickers. If you see any stickers or any sticker sets, any pages that are super cute and you want to know where I got them from, please just let me know and I'll try to look them up for you. So this is January 10th, the 11th, the 12th. These are so cute, wrong stickers. All right, the 13th, I used some scrapbook paper and some random stickers on my stash. I thought that looked so cute, colorful. All right, had to change the mood to something dark and moody here. So the 14th. The 15th, the 16th, right, the 17th. Oh, this is so cute, the inside design for the 18th. All right, some Rapunzel for the 19th. All right, the 20th. All right, super cute. Some extra notes right there. All right, the 21st, we had some snow in our area, so I had to commemorate that in my planner. The 22nd, still snow. 23rd. Oh, I love that. That's so cute. Super white space right here. Right, the 24th, the 25th, the 26th. That's so cute. All right. Rose moved up a size to like size 2 clothes, even though she's 2 now. She's been in like 12-month clothes for a while. All right, the 27th. Look at the foil, so cute. Okay, the 28th. I should have just done it one way or the other, not like both, but oh well. Live and learn. Right, the 29th, Lunar New Year, super cute. Right, the 30th, I did the scene down at the bottom. I think that's so cute. All right, the 31st, right, and that's the end. And so this is actually an old page that I had saved from previous year, so 2024, and now that page is completely done. Okay, so I'm gonna continue flipping. I'll come back in with like any comments that I have if things change in particular. But I think for February it was about the same. So again, I didn't use these pages. I had my to-do list, which I did the same thing as in January. Right, so that's there. I didn't go all the way to the 4th page. All right, don't use the notes page, don't use the currently page. So going into the 1st of February. Oh, that's so cute. I like looking these pages over time because I don't remember what I did. Right, this is the 2nd, the 3rd. It's good just to see all of these stickers together. Oh, this is so cute. All right, top 5. I love that. Okay, so February 5th, the 6th, 7th, the 8th, oh, the 9th. Okay, so like look at this. I only wrote on the side, so these are completely empty. I could definitely save something like this and just kind of reuse it. The 10th, the 11th. Right, and I am flipping through it fairly quickly, but you can definitely slow down the video or just pause if you need to. All right, the 12th, 13th. I'm only in month 2, so I've got a long way to go. The 14th. Oh, this is Valentine's Day. I thought that was really cute. Nice and, I don't know, classic, elegant for that. The 15th, 16th, the 17th. I love this. Like, I stopped using my planner as much, so I put a bunch of question marks for like, what did I do during that time? I have no idea. The 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd. I I've got like a lot of notes here, a lot of tasks. 23rd, again, a lot of tasks here. 24th, the 25th, the 26th, 27th. I was using Planner Anonymous stickers. I think that turned out really cute. All right, and then this one, completely blank. So pages like this where I've decorated them, but I didn't write in them, I would definitely save these pages and just kind of pull them out, put them into a spot of like pages that I can use at some point, and try to use them in 2026. So that's my plan for these kind of empty pages. All right, so going into March, this is so cute. I love this. I didn't use Sharpie marker instead of just like a regular pen, so you can kind of see the bleed through here. But again, I don't use that page for anything. Okay, so I've got some notes here, just like that. I've got a little sticky note that says budget pick. I have no idea what that means. Okay, so all right, that's a random note to myself. I didn't use the third and fourth page here. Okay, so let's go then into the daily pages. Again, lots of pages I didn't use. All right, so here, March the 1st. Okay, so I'm already seeing right off the bat that I did not use these pages. So these would be pages that I've decorated but I have not used. So I would save these to use in 2026. All right, so I'm just going to show you the stickers apparently. This is March 2nd, March 3rd, March 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th. This is, I think, really cute, right? The 8th, I came back to writing. Okay, so there's some plans here. Okay, then we go into the 9th. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I wrote a giant note to myself. It's about my planner closet I was trying to clean up. All right, here's the 10th, the 11th. All right, I lost a car. We ended up selling one of our family cars for a little bit before my husband bought himself a car. The 13th, the 14th. Oh, I love it. So cute. All right. The 15th. I actually really liked this. It just is so empty. I really did like this though. All right. The 16th, St. Patrick's Day, the 17th. That's cute. The 18th, the 19th. Oh, I like this. This is cute. The 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. Oh, I love that. That's so cute. The stickers are just gorgeous. All right, the 26th, I didn't write in this at all. The 27th, another day I didn't write in. The 28th, again, nothing written. Okay, and then I came back and started writing some more. So the 29th, the 30th, and then the 31st. Okay, so far, the first 3 months, I did pretty much what I needed to do in terms of the monthly layout and the daily pages. And I would say I tend to go about 3 months. So I'm assuming in April, I changed it up. So we'll see. All right, so the monthly here, I think is gorgeous. Still crossing things out, so that's just my usual. All right, again, still didn't use this. I didn't use it at all in 2025. So, all right, I only have one page of notes here, so I'm not quite sure why that is. Let's get into the daily pages and kind of see. All right, so I'm skipping all of these empty pages, right? So here's the first, super cute. The second, all right, I'm starting to see a lot more white space. So I'm still doing the daily on 2 pages, but it's definitely not as much, right? There's lots of empty space compared to earlier in the year. Right, the 4th, again, lots of empty space here. All right, I didn't use the 5th at all. All right, and then here's the 6th. The 7th, again, like a pretty much empty page. The 8th, not written on at all. The 9th, right, going back to writing. So I was kind of sporadic, right? Like every other day, I seem to skip a day. Right, and sometimes my life is like that. It's just busy, and I am okay with just skipping it. Right, so here's the 12th. If I don't have daily pages, that just means I was extra busy. That's kind of how I do it, or I was extra lazy. Right, so the 14th, I either just lived by my calendar, the monthly calendar here, or I just didn't have anything going on, and I just didn't feel like tracking. All right, so the 15th, the 16th. All right, so right here, I'm using a sticky note. So This means that I put the sticky note probably on purpose so that way I could reuse these pages. There was so little, right? I wrote so little for the entire day. So yeah, I really don't know what was going on for the end of April. I do flip through all of these planners in my monthly planner flip through. And so I probably in May explained why in April I was so busy or just stopped taking notes. But at this point in September, I don't actually recall. Right, I did take it on this side and I wrote one message on this side. So I'm trying to get back into it, but I only wrote on this side for this spread on the 19th. The 20th, again, completely empty. Right, and the 21st, we went to Disney. All right, so yeah, okay, I did write on this even though we're at Disney. 23rd, I did some more Disney stickers since we're at Epcot. 24th, very empty on this side, but we were at Hollywood Studios. All right, 25th, I didn't write in at all. The 26th, again, like one message right here, but it's mostly on the side. So I guess at this point, if I had to think about my mental state, I was probably thinking I should go down to just a daily on one page instead of a daily on two pages. Here's the 28th. This is with DEK Designs, and didn't write in it, right? The 29th, like I could definitely be on one page, right? Like with the amount of notes I'm taking here, right? I filled it up with stickers, you know, so definitely I used 2 pages, but it could have been squeezed on this side, right? So that was April. All right, so I'm starting to sense that I'm losing steam. So let's go through May and June and see what it looked like. All right, 2 more months to go. All right, I still use the monthly. That's super cute. All right, I didn't use these pages like always. And then, okay, in terms of pending tasks, I didn't use 2 pages. I just didn't use page 3 or 4. I don't use the notes at all. And then, of course, currently, I don't use at all either. So going into the first, I must have recommitted. I was like, I need to get back into it. So I can see lots of writing here compared to April. All right, so that's the first. All right, and then here's the second. All right, and if you notice, it's actually an empty page and all the writing is on this post-it note. So I did a great job for one day. All right, same here. It's on a sticky note, right? So I can reuse all of these pages and just get rid of the sticky note. That's the third. The fourth, again, a sticky note. The 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th. Oh, I used these Cinderella stickers again. Probably the same combo with these stickers again. The 9th, the 10th, the 11th. Actually, that's cute. I should have made it into a heart, but that's cute. Right, the 12th. 13th. Now I don't even have a sticky note. When did that stop? Let's see. I had one on the 9th. I had one on the 10th. I had one on the 11th. So it started right here with the day after Mother's Day. I just even stopped taking sticky note notes. 13th, 14th. Right, so with these empty pages, that just means I was probably in a digital calendar. I was probably on Google Calendar. All right, so this is the 15th. Okay, so this is Go Wild. This actually those couple of days were Go Wild, so maybe I was just in my Go Wild planner. Right, the 17th, the 18th, the 19th. Right, and then going back in here, this is when we came back. I wrote not on a sticky note, I wrote in pencil. All right, so just holding it up a little bit closer so you can see that. That is in pencil. All right, so that's the 20th. All right, another note in pencil, the 21st. I write in pencil because I can absolutely just erase that and reuse the pages. All right, here I'm on sticky notes again. So the 22nd, the 23rd with pencil right here. The 24th, I've got sticky notes. All right, the 25th. Oh, I wrote in it. Yay, not sticky notes. I wrote directly on the page. Okay, so the 25th. The 26th, all right, it's looking filled out, much more filled out than previous pages. Oh, spoke too soon. All right, it's just this side. This side is completely empty. All right, so the 27th. All right, again, this side is empty, but the 28th, 29th, and the 30th, I'm back to pencil. All right, one more day, I forgot. May has 31 days. All right, so here's the 31st. Okay, this is super cute. This is actually empty on this side, but I wrote on the side. All right, so that is May. Let's go into June and see. Okay, I decided then in June to use my Sweet Kawaii Design stickers. This is probably because I was using Sweet Kawaii Design for a different planner, and I stopped using that planner in June. So instead of using or like hoarding the stickers, I decided to use them in this planner instead. All right, so that turned out really cute. It's so nice and like pastel summery. I love it. Okay, the other thing that I made probably end of May is the summer 2025 schedule for my girls because they're going to be home with me this summer. What ended up happening was, you can see right here, drop off and pick up. My mom initially told me that she wanted my two girls to go to her house, and then we ended up changing it up to where she was just coming to my house, and so I didn't need to drop them off or pick them up. She just came over whenever I had work events scheduled, and so that actually threw off a lot of different plans for me. I couldn't record as well with my girls at home, so that's what this work is. And then my work was totally fine, so she was here taking care of them, and so I would just close myself into my office and work, but I couldn't record my videos just because the girls were running around. My mom is still here, she's talking to me, and so it's just really hard to record videos if my recording area is like literally in the kitchen. You know, it's just really difficult to do that. So I made this, but I actually never even used this because the plan changed like basically 2 days after making this. Okay, so I put that right there just because I thought that was a good place for it, and you can see here I didn't even fill out June. So I think in June I was doing completely digital, and so I don't think, let's see what we've got. Okay, so notes here. Oh, I did fill out a couple of pages, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay, so I did have a couple of pages. So this one's super cute. Right, the 2nd of June. All right, the 3rd of June. All right, I think I might have done a week. Let's see. Did I do a week? Nope, I only did 3 days. Okay, so this one I decorated, but I didn't write in. Decorated, didn't write in. Decorated, didn't write in. Okay, so that's the 6th. The 7th, decorated, didn't write in it. All right, the 8th, decorated. All right, the 9th, decorated. All right, and then that was it. So what I ended up doing was, I think, taking out the pages. I took out the pages so that way I can move them back into this planner. These pages come from my FRANKENPLANNER. And yeah, so that was it. So June basically ended paper-wise on June the 9th. Okay, June the 9th. Now I'll go back here. I did actually use my monthly calendar, so I used it all the way through until the end of the month. So this I definitely used, but daily planning I did not use at all, and I did not use this component of it. So it's actually the only month that I didn't, so I could go back in and just kind of backtrack that. But yeah, see, I did it in May. I just didn't do it in June. But it's okay. I'm totally fine with like not having everything be where it needs to be, or like to have everything that I need, quote unquote, to have. So it's totally fine being blank. I will just use these pages in a different year. So that was actually, I actually did really well in the first 6 months of 2025 with using my daily pages. I don't know what this is. Oh, okay. So I actually did a good job using my daily pages. I know that in July, and I think in most of June and all of July, I was in digital planning. So right there where it was like June 9th, I basically stopped and moved into Google Calendar. Again, I won't show that on this video, but I do have those videos that flip through by month. And so you can hear actually what literally happened because I explain it probably better closer to the time. And so you can hear what happened in January all the way through June. You can see, especially in the June video where it kind of cuts off June 9th, what happened June 10th and beyond, because I show that in that monthly planner flip through. So I did want to at least show you this because I need to clean this out, and that got me all the way to here. Like, you guys, that's literally the entire planner, and I just have a handful of other pages back here. Actually, no, it was to here. Yes, to here, to my divider. So I have just a handful of pages here, but the majority of it was the first 6 months. So I definitely need to clean this out and get it ready for 2026. I'm excited to be able to do that. I just need the space to do that, so cleaning it out will be very helpful. And again, all the pages that are decorated but not written on, or even if it's lightly written on, I will save those pages so that way I can use it in a future year in 2026. or maybe even beyond. You know, I don't know what my 2026 plans are, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I like to break up these videos just because watching a 20-minute video I think is a little bit more palatable than watching a 40 or 60-minute video. But you guys can let me know if you like them to be super long, or if you're okay with just the length that they are now. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do give it a thumbs up if you did. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, and until the next video, bye guys.